In cultural news, Israel's most anticipated film festivals are coming back to live, in-person theaters this summer after last year's festivals were largely canceled or moved online only due to COVID restrictions. But many festivals are now back this summer for in-person screening, including the International Documentary Film Festival, Doc Aviv, which will begin screening films later this week. With us to tell us more is Karine Rivkin-Segel, the film festival's artistic director, and Michal Weits, a documentary filmmaker whose film Blue Box will be screened as part of the festival, making its Israeli debut. Thank you so much for being with us. Karine, I wanted to start with you. In general, tell us how it feels to have Doc Aviv back, the people can gather together in person and have that shared experience of cinema and documentary viewing together, people to people. What's that like?
It's the most exciting thing. We've been waiting for it for a year, and there's nothing like it. Something that used to be so natural. This is the thing, like to actually watch the film on a big screen and to have the reactions with the filmmakers and the audiences. So we're extremely excited.
Why does it matter? What's wrong with just watching it online, at home, on a computer screen by yourself?
I mean, I have to say that our edition is a hybrid edition, just to make sure that people could also watch the films online, safety net, and because we received really well reactions from the audiences. But it is something else. I mean, films, especially the films that we show, they deserve a big screen also, and they deserve, especially also the Israeli films these are their premieres in Israel. They deserve to feel their audiences and to do Q&As and to present the film and to thank the people that worked with them.
Back to you in a second, Karine. Michal, your film Blue Box will debut here as part of Doc Aviv this year. What is Blue Box all about?
Okay. Well, the film tells the story of my great-grandfather, Joseph Weits, who had a leading role at the Jewish National Fund, Keren Kayemet LeIsrael. My great-grandfather was responsible to buy Arab lands from the beginning of the 30s until the late 60s. In order to establish the state of Israel on those lands. All my life I grew up on his myth, being the father of forests, father of settlements, and only in a much later stage in my life I discovered that he had another nickname. It was the architect of transfer. That led me to read his personal diaries that he wrote throughout all his career. And I discover a different story of the establishment of the State of Israel and the transfer committee that he established. And this is a really fascinating story that we didn't learn about in school.
As a filmmaker, but also as a granddaughter, I mean, what was it like for you just to learn this story, not just about the development of Israel, but also about your own family?
Well, it was a big shock for me.
I imagine, shocking.
Yeah, and I decided to interview my family members and to talk with them about it. So that's what I did, and it was very difficult because it is to talk about the dark side of the family, and this is the part of the story that we didn't talk about. It was very difficult.
Emotional?
Very emotional, yeah. And we went through a big journey, emotional journey together. But now they are really embracing the film and they are standing with me.
Well, what kind of message do you hope that viewers take away from Blue Box? I mean, obviously, the idea of the fundraising, the JNF fundraisers, it's legendary, I mean, in the world. Even the Vice President of the U.S., Kamala Harris, says she remembers the JNF Blue Boxes. But when they see your film, what do you hope people take away from it?
Well, I hope that people will ask questions. We need to ask questions. It's not only to put the money in the box. We need to ask, what did our money do? And where did the money go?
Whose lives did it impact?
Yeah, exactly.
I guess these kinds of questions and these kinds of stories, this is what Doc Aviv is all about. This is what documentaries in general are about, probing, thoughtful questions, but especially Doc Aviv. It's a special angle because it's about, in many cases, about the development of this country and the lives of the people here.
Yeah, especially the Israeli program It deals with really an expanded view on the Israeli society, and exactly what Michal said. We're here to ask questions and to create a debate, and not only to answer, but to give the tools. And nothing is always really simple. And once you're dealing with a complicated area and with human beings, then.
Yeah. How many? So Blue Box is one film making its debut. I mean, tell us more about, and we have ticket information online here as well. But I mean, how many films and documentaries will be screened this year?
It's about 120 films. Most of them are Israeli premieres. Some of them are world premieres, and some are older films of retrospective for filmmakers.
And for many of them, you get to interview. There's a Q&A with the team behind the documentary.
Yes. All the Israelis will have Q&As, of course, and also internationals. And that's the plus for being, doing it somewhat online. We have a lot of filmmakers that they couldn't come, and so we have their conversation with them online, which will be fascinating.
I want to ask, are you worried once again about the rise of COVID and the idea perhaps new restrictions could be brought back? The Doc Aviv, which is such a legendary production here in Israel, I mean, you're about to start, and then there could be restrictions on who can attend, how many can attend. I mean, as a director here, you're kind of up in the air, as they say.
Right, and I have to say, we have started this whole process with restrictions, so it was in the back of our mind. It slowly opened. So, it's like, I really hope that we can still go and to have full theaters, but we are all the time working and understanding the situation, minute by minute, actually, and we'll bring and do the best we can.
Yeah. Michal, I imagine you're excited, you're nervous. I mean, this is the premiere here of a film that many Israeli viewers will find upsetting, or it provides an alternative viewpoint or new insights they never considered before. Are you ready for the reaction? Are you hoping to get reaction like that?
Yeah, actually I do. I'm hoping to get a reaction, but if I'm ready, I don't know if I can. But yes, I'm after 14 years of researching and working on this film, so it's very interesting for me to hear opinions, even if they are different than mine. Yeah. And I really hope to raise a debate.
Well, we wish you success and congratulations on being able to screen the film Blue Box at Doc Aviv. Information here on the ticker below. Thank you so much, Michal, and thank you so much, Kareem, for being with us, the artistic director of Doc Aviv. Good luck. Mazal tov, and after a year of kind of postponements and moving things around, you're back on track once again. Thank you so much for being with us.
Thank you.